some things you feel we take for granted? Time. We really think we have more time than we do. There is no guarantee that we're gonna wake up tomorrow. Yeah, there's no guarantee we're gonna wake up tomorrow. So like we think that we can just put shit off. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll work on my business plan, saying, in a little bit instead of tackling things right then and there. Any grudges we got going on with family, um, now whatever. I'll talk to them, whatever. If they don't talk to me, then whatever. And then, you know, things happen. Two family members, and then you don't have the chance to say, you don't have a chance to rectify the situation, right? And yeah, but time is something that we definitely don't get back. We don't get it back, and we take it for granted. So it's like it's best to live in the present moment and like think about all the time that we've spent wasting on the past in the present moment, and like being so caught up on some trying to change some shit that happened already in a time where we're no longer able to change it. Like our mind is just so caught up in trying to make this right instead of learning to embrace it and move forward with it. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving forward. And that's where depression kicks in, right? But time is something I feel that we take for granted. Kindness. Kindness is something that we take for granted from a lot of people. Like being around people that genuinely show that they care, genuinely show they're they really don't give a fuck what you do, but they're gonna show love. And you know what I'm saying? It's like it's very rare to come across people like that in life these days because we're all about self. A lot of us are really just about self. And it's not like I said. There's moderation. There's nothing wrong. I don't see any issues with being about yourself. I believe that's a quality we all could use as well. But I'll say that doing that and like abusing the whole thing of being about self, you can cause unnecessary damage to your peers. And I believe that there's a way to find balance in working on yourself as well as recognizing that somebody is offering like kindness, and you just never know what people are going through. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, you never know what people are going through as far as like inside their mind. So kindness saves lives. You know what I'm saying? Kindness saves lives, and yeah, you can probably combat their ego with your own ego by doing something as harmful as what they've done to you, or you can remove yourself, distance yourself from those individuals, and work on being just focus on you and your goals. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky, like nobody's business. But kindness is something that I feel is taken for granted. Loved ones, the people in your life that say one day, you're here with them, you're growing up in a house with them, and then before you know it, you guys don't even talk anymore. There's no communication whatsoever, and in those moments where all you had was each other, some of the best times of your life. And then you grow, and then you get older. They get families, you get families, or you just get a life period, whichever one, how it rolls for you. And then things get in the way, and you don't realize how fast time is going by. Like time is really, really moving, and it's like teaching yourself to embrace the present moment is so essential. It's very, very key in having, I believe, a healthy balance in your mind. People you meet, you never know, how long you're going to be in their life. You never know how long they're going to be in your life, and that so it's like teaching yourself to appreciate all that is around you. You know, I was listening to a coworker kind of tell me something about her and her sister, and how her and her sister are not, like speaking right now at the moment, and it's over something. It's small, and it's more about like assumptions. I don't know how many of us do that shit where we're not talking to an individual because we assume the reason that we're not talking to them is because of X or Y or whatever it is, man. And I just asked her, I was like, do you know that for sure? Oh, well, last time, the reason, last time they invited me to this, well, now they didn't do it. So it's like, but you have no concrete answer as to why this thing happened. You don't know for sure unless you ask. Have the courage to ask what you want to know versus assume that you know. And there's countless of us that do that shit, have done that shit. We assume this is the reason why this person did this, instead of just having the courage to ask them what they meant when they did this shit. So we make up assumptions, we take it personal, and we have this idea, we have this whole scenario in our mind as to why this happened versus just finding out for ourselves the reason for that. So time, kindness, significant others, and youth, which I would probably say is back to time, but truly, like your body as it gets older, it tears down on you. Like there were many a days that I didn't want to go outside to play basketball, and now I wish I had the knees to play basketball. Being young enough to have a metabolism, shit. Where I can eat whatever it is that I wish. And then before you know it, you're developing, body fat surrounding your stomach region. And then you're like, man, how did I get a body like that? And like you look at old pictures, like, damn, I used to be really, really small, right? But youth is something that I feel like is taken for granted, and like wasting time focusing on shit that don't matter, much ado about nothing, when you can be building towards your future as far as like businesses and like wealth. It's like using that youth, instead of using that youth to go out and try to drink every other weekend with your friends, like using that very same money towards building building a business, saving up money to buy property, or stocks, bonds, buy art, things that appreciate with value, like that type of shit. And I don't know, I'm just focused, I'm just focused on saving, or more so investing into myself, investing into my future, investing into things that I want to do, how I'm going to impact this world. But I've said enough about. I'm sure I could say a lot more about what we take for granted. But I truly believe that time, kindness, and loved ones, we tend to take for granted. Their time that we have with our loved ones, the time, the kindness that we receive, and we're not sure of how to receive it, because we're so used to the bullshit, and somebody trying to do something conditionally, like you're doing something nice to get something else in return type thing, or you have an expectation for being kind or doing something nice and whatnot. And it's important to know the difference between being kind and being nice. I look at kind as more of an unconditional love type thing, as the word nice. It comes with a cost. There's something behind it. this individual is doing this in hopes to achieve something else. You know, maybe malicious, maybe non-malicious. But yeah, that's what I see when I think about some things that we take for granted.